Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Sturer Emil. It's a Tier 7 German tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Lakeville and it's under the command of 73north. Well, we can't see the equipment that he's actually carrying, but he's not going to the valley. I believe he's actually going to the lake road because he's going to use his gun depression to really, well, terrorize the enemy. He's got a 128mm main gun, which is capable of doing 490 alpha, 231mm of pen with standard ammo, and with the HE rounds he can do 630 alpha and 65mm of pen. He's following this AMX along the road, and the AMX really doesn't have the same gun depression this one does. It's 15 degrees of gun depression, and it can do an awful lot of damage. Yeah, it's a low roll, that one. 452 hit points. Oh, the AC's getting shots in there as well. Let's have another hit. Well, that one was a little slow, and he actually put the shell behind the Tiger. He didn't get it quite right. This tank does have a very long reload, but luckily the Tiger 1 got taken out by the Super Hellcat. But there are a few other enemy tanks actually headed to the town, a KV-2 for one, and an enemy M4A376 Wet is actually on the road just around the corner, and the Oni has decided, well, he's going to dislodge that guy. We might see more enemy tanks. Yes, there we go. And he just clipped that one for 476, but the shell actually hit the rear of the Tiger P. He's trying to claim these ones for himself, so he's popped himself in front of the AMX, and he does get the kill. He's got a much bigger alpha than the AMX, and that's why he's trying to say, give these ones to me because I can kill them with one shot. Well, that one hit the tracks, but it certainly went through the tracks and into the vehicle, and he got another 459 hit points off the AMX M445. Going for it again, and the IS is 515 hit points down, and the IS gets killed by the AMX in the end. So I think the AMX is now settling to clear up whatever 73north leaves at the end. Oh, there's the AMX. Hello. Well, he fired that one directly in front of that guy because he stopped just for a moment. He brake checked us to stop the shell hitting the target. Okay, he's done it again. But unfortunately, this time round, we do get the hit, but we don't get the kill. And I think the AMX is probably going to try and claim that as a kill. No, the Cromwell B does instead. Now, as you may have noticed if you watched the previous replays, this tank destroyer only gets 15 rounds in total. Very small amount. They only made 2 of these. And, well, one of them actually caught fire and blew up. And the other one actually was captured by the Russians. In fact, actually, they put a round through its lower plates, and that's what stopped it. It's based on the VK3001H made by Henschel, and it was originally the hulls that they used for the the prototype Tigers. And it looks like all the enemy tanks that went to town, apart from the KV-2, have been wiped out. And the KV-2 is sitting behind that house, and we want that. Oh, we've got a shot now, but he's ignoring it. Yeah, he wants these ones instead. He can wipe out the Hellcat with just one shot. Unfortunately, so can the Oni. And the KV-2 is about to die. He's surrounded. Yeah, he's gone. T-150 got him in the end. Well, we're ignoring the FV304 because we want this guy. Hello. That goes right through his plate for 587. Unfortunately, we did take a round from the T-28. It's quite a lot of hit points. And the Oni dies in the process to the Juno. But this Churchill, yep, Churchill 7 takes a big hit for 529. That's a high roll. And now we got tracked. Go for it again. Come on. That's it. He's gone. The Super Hellcats wiped out the T-28. And now all we've got left is a TOG. Well, Tog's about to get wiped out, and that's the end of the game. And he finishes the game with 3 rounds left. Good game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for 73north in the Sturer Emil. He actually managed to get a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. He got a second mark of excellence out of that game, as well as a fire for effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, and he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. His win rate was 8,849, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Oh, there you go. The highest damage was 4,260. And well, when you've got an alpha of 490 and a very big 128mm gun, it's very easy to rack up a huge amount of damage fairly quickly. The second highest damage actually went to the AMX AC46, and I think he got to realize at the end of the game why 73north wanted to be out front when he went and parked himself in front of the AMX. It was more important that the Sturer Emil was actually doing damage than the AMX AC, because he just wasn't doing enough, whereas 73north could absolutely wreck any tank that had the temerity to go to town. The third highest damage in the game went to the T-34-100, the constructor, on the enemy team. He did 1,941 hit points. When it came to kills, though, we can see the top scorer was the Super Hellcat. He was actually finishing off the tanks that were very badly damaged with his 90mm gun. 4 kills to him. 3 kills went to 73north. 2 kills went to the IS. Everyone else, I've got 1 kill or nothing. And when it came to base XP, yep, it's 73north. 1,202 base experience points. He's the only one to get over 1,000 base, with the Super Hellcat getting 970. And then the Oni picking up 828. He fired 12 rounds. 3 rounds left at the end of the game. Only carries 15, so he fired 12. Got 10 direct hits on the enemy and 10 penetrations. So a couple of shells didn't... well, in fact, we saw one went in front of behind the enemy tank, and the other one went in front of him because he was not moving in a continuous fashion. He was stop-starting to try and throw off the shell. 4,260 hit points, of which 2,611 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see about half damage was done at long range. 5 hits received from the enemy. 3 of those were penetrations, 2 non-penetrations. Most of those actually came, well, 1 came from the T-28, and the other ones came from the Churchill 7. 135 hit points of damage was blocked by armor. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and he did 274 hit points of spotting assist in the game. On a premium count, he actually made 86,512 credits. He actually got 50,000 of those for completing a mission and events, and he took away 1,803 experience points out of it as well. Well, that was the second mark game. I expect at this rate he'll be going through the third mark game very shortly. He must be having a lot of fun with this tank, because it is, if you find a good gun depression position, you can absolutely wreck the enemy without them being able to do much about it. And of course, with that big 128mm, it's like having a Scorpion at tier, well, if you're a tier 7 tank and you're actually seeing tier 5 or tier 6 tanks, you're just going to literally wipe them out with just one shot. So yes, it's very, very useful for your team to have such a high value tank destroyer in the game. Hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.